Starring in Fuller House on Netflix, author of more than 5 books, to launching a new cookware brand this summer, is there anything that the Queen of Christmas can't do? Hey guys, welcome back. It's Gabby with Binge Now. Today we're going to talk about 47-year-old multi-talented star who would stop at nothing. Today we're talking about the richest Hallmark actress of all time, Candace Cameron Bure. Stay tuned until the end because we're going to reveal some details that you definitely didn't know. Nobody can deny that Bure is multi-talented. She is known for featuring in a number of roles within the entertainment sector, and also for her work as a producer, author, and talk show panelist. Early on in her youth, Bure was introduced to the performing arts thanks to her older brother Kirk Cameron, who, by the way, doesn't need an introduction.
Well, my. I don't know, she's pregnant. My dad said that makes her even more nuts than usual.
For those of you who don't know, Bure entered the entertainment business after her brother. She started her career by featuring in commercials for KFC,
like Kentucky Fried Chicken. They concentrate on making chicken taste magical. I don't know what they're...
and Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Goodness, passionate.
But it was not until her role as Megan White in the popular drama Street Elsewhere in 1982 that she got her first IMDb credit. Over the course of several years, her character appeared 4 more times. During the early 1980s, she also appeared in TJ Hooker, Punky Brewster, Who's the Boss, and Growing Pains, which also starred her brother, Kirk Cameron.
It's a date.
Is it just me, or do you feel like you grew up with Candace Cameron Bure? Well, if you were one of the thousands of children who had an appointment with Full House every Friday, it's sorta hard not to have deeply invested in DJ Tanner's ups and downs.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Action!
Hosted by DJ Tanner.
In 1987, Bure got her biggest break ever. She was chosen to play a part in the comedy Full House. Soon enough, Bure was a popular figure and people started to recognize her on-screen name, DJ Tanner.
I don't know a Henry.
Well, then why'd you kiss him on Macaroni Day?
I didn't kiss him on Macaroni Day or Fish Stick Day or any day.
Although having a well-established sibling in the showbiz must have been helpful, Full House creator Jeff Franklin remembered Bure as a strong young woman who strived to establish her place in the industry. Recollecting her audition for the 1987 ABC sitcom, in an interview 3 decades later with Variety, he said she was a natural. He stated, "There was nothing forced or artificial about her. She was just completely a real kid, really cute and funny. She was kind of like an everyday kid that I thought young kids watching the show would really relate to. It didn't hurt that her last name was Cameron, and she was Kirk Cameron's little sister. That was kind of a bonus. It wouldn't have mattered at all. Again, she just nailed the part." Later, she portrayed Summer Van Horn, the series' main character on television in Make It or Break It.
It doesn't work that way, Lauren. God's not Santa Claus.
Bure participated in the reality competition Dancing with the Stars in 2014 and finished in 3rd place. Her dance skills were praised throughout the competition. But wait, she wasn't done with her most iconic role yet. Bure went back to playing DJ Tanner again in the spin-off series Fuller House from 2016 until 2020. And guess what? 3 of the show's episodes were also directed by her.
Written and directed by DJ Tanner.
She made her big screen debut in the teen romance Some Kind of Wonderful, directed by John Hughes in 1987, playing the little sister.
Mother, the girl is sex.
God's sakes, I'm eating!
And she later played Sally Field's daughter in the 1988 movie Punchline, which also starred a young Tom Hanks.
Mom, could you help me?
Just a second.
Ow!
The only significant theatrical releases in Bure's record are those. Despite the fact that she has been in over 20 TV movies, she enjoyed her time on the Punchline set, but as she noted in her 2014 book, Balancing It All, Field's insistence that she take a break after filming a crying sequence repeatedly taught her a valuable lesson. She stated, "It taught me that even the best have their limits, and it's okay to say when you've reached yours," Bure wrote. Being savvy from a young age, Bure admitted that she was aware her actions were being watched since she was so well known. She wasn't too worried about making mistakes, but you do have to be a little more cautious in what you do because it is a different kind of world and you can kind of get messed up in some things, but I'm not too worried about it. Bure has a second career as an author in addition to acting. She has authored 4 books, including Reshaping It All, Motivation for Physical and Spiritual Fitness, a 2011 New York Times bestseller. Balancing It All, My Story of Juggling Priorities and Purpose, published in 2014. The 2018 book, Kind is the New Classy, The Power of Living Graciously, and her 2015 book, Dancing Through Life, Steps of Courage and Conviction. Among her numerous successful shows, she co-hosted the daily chat show The View from 2015 to 2016, and she might not have had the best time ever at the show. Being in front of the camera is nothing new for Candace Cameron Bure, but being in a series of Hallmark holiday films is very different from being a co-host on The View. The co-host of The View from 2015 to 16 and star of Fuller House and the Christmas Contest talked openly about her experience in a new edition of ABC's Behind the Table podcast, which also features current and previous co-hosts of the legendary daytime talk program. Bure doesn't want to revisit the experience ever.
But it's a little bittersweet for me today because I'm announcing that I will be leaving The View.
So what was the reason behind her quitting? She stated,
the stress and the anxiety. I actually have a pit in my stomach right now because there was only one type of stress that I've ever felt in my life that came from that show. And I PTSD, like I can feel it. It was so difficult. And to manage that emotional stress was very, very hard.
Bure filled the always vacant conservative seat on The View throughout her time, which has also been handled by Elizabeth Hasselbeck and Meghan McCann. She also admitted that she felt under pressure to do a good job of representing her neighborhood and that the pressure increased as she sought to balance being there for her family. Bure, who said she doesn't consider herself politically oriented, claimed she attended the discussion since the show's creators proposed it as being more about informal chat and timeless subjects. But everything changed when Donald Trump entered the 2016 presidential election. She revealed,
when I felt like I was going into a show that I didn't have a clear opinion about, or it was something that I was legitimately nervous to talk about because I did have an opinion about it, but I knew I was going to be the only one at the table that had my opinion, I would just get sick to my stomach. And I hated that feeling. And then I'm like, I don't know who's going to come at me.
We're worried. The people are worried. Okay, he's the president. Now what? We're watching you, okay?
Yeah.
we can see that she was taken by surprise.
You thought she was going to win?
I didn't think Donald was going to win.
No one.
And I can't say that I'm upset about it. I know that over half of America voted him in and are happy.
Obviously that did not go well.
Or because they're Mexican, or because they're black. No kid should ever have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, is an issue.
That did not go smoothly either, now didn't it? Bure said that she quit the program because she did not want to sit in that conservative position for the ensuing 4 years and be the target of criticism. She added that it was also not worth her mental well-being. She emphasized, though, that she doesn't regret the experience, and despite how it went, she is quite appreciative of the program since it helped her gain confidence and she has many positive takeaways from it.
I thank everybody. Whoopi, Joy, I particularly want to thank you for welcoming me to this table. And I've learned so much for you, and I'm so grateful for you.
While things have always been great on the work front, what was Bure's love life like? Let's get into a little bit of that now.
We're about to be 25 years in with your hubby. Yeah. Come on.
Yes.
That's unheard of in Hollywood, Candace.
No.
After more than 20 years of marriage, Valerie and Candace Cameron Bure are still fond of physical affection. While filming the 1990s series Full House, the hockey player was introduced to the Full House star by her co-actor Dave Coulier. Bure took the first step and proposed a little over a year into the relationship. The pair got married in 1996. In 2019, she gushed to US Weekly in an exclusive interview saying, "He makes me laugh a lot," which is a very good quality. "He's just such a bold person. We frequently have stimulating discussions. I love his passion and his strength so very much. He's so supportive of me and our children." They have 3 kids together, a daughter, Natasha, who was born in 1998, and sons Lev from 2000 and Maxim in 2002. Bure is often seen making public appearances with her family, and they seem to be a close-knit one. The Christmas Queen is indeed incredibly wealthy and sits on a net worth of $14 million. The couple owns a house in Plantation, Florida that costs $1.37 million in September of 2001. While Valerie was a member of the Florida Panthers, they resided there. In 2015, they sold the residence for $1.5 million and picked a sprawling property in Malibu, California that cost them $2.35 million. They also bought a remote house on 2 acres near St. Helena, California in 2012. While Bure has had her share of fame and a loving family, things were not always merry. What most people don't know is that Bure struggled with depression and bulimia when she quit performing. It was just my way of coping with adjustment and fear after I left Hollywood and wasn't sure who I was anymore, she reminisced in her book, Balancing It All. She relocated to Montreal as a bride while Val played for the Canadiens but was frequently on the road touring. My life was unrecognizable, so I tried to find emotional comfort in food. In her 2010 memoir, Reshaping It All, and her 2013 follow-up memoir, Balancing It All, she spoke of her struggle with bulimia after Full House ended. Addressing her eating condition, she told People magazine, "It wasn't about me trying to lose weight, it was all about my emotions." When bulimia entered the scene, Cameron Bure was struggling with a new chapter in her life, transitioning from a well-known child star to a loving wife to her new husband. It was obvious that turning to food for solace wasn't a healthy coping mechanism, so she had to find another one. She claims that one of her main things that got her through this was her trust in God. She now has a positive connection with food and uses what she's learned to assist others. She recovered control through therapy and has since been renamed a recovery ambassador for the Eating Recovery Center, a global facility that offers thorough eating disorder treatment for adults, teenagers, and kids.
But as someone who's recovered from an eating disorder, I can tell you that recovery is possible, which is why I was excited to team up with Eating Recovery Center.
She was a child star who experienced her fair share of difficulties as she grew into popularity, yet she was able to gain that respect as well. She garnered a number of honors, including the 1994 Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Television Actress for her role in Full House. She received the Teen Choice Award for Choice TV Actress Comedy in 2016 for her work on Fuller House as well.
And where there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of love. And a loving family sticks together no matter what.
Currently, she is excited about her new innings with the GAC network. GAC fits my brand perfectly. We share a vision of creating compelling, wholesome content for an audience who wants to watch programming for and with the whole family. Great quality entertainment with a positive message is what my partnership with GAC is all about. What do you think is in store for Bure? Will her partnership with GAC flourish? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And before you go, do show some love to the channel by giving us a big like and subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.